Up, bye! Are you a little welder?
A little welder in here, big old tractor here. That was quick.
Yeah, you took...
I left it just before, no, after
About 2:15 you left, yeah, about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had lunch. So this is our second load of distillers grain. We had to pick up our second load before the end of January, so that's what we've done. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You're gonna get as far back in this shed as you can because it's living high roof. I expect it's on the joystick, the spool.
Oh, is it?
You have to turn it on the button in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what one he's on. Hey! So yeah, we bought 12 tonnes about a month ago. Picked up half of it was delivered. And the agreement was the other half had to be picked up before the end of January. Today is the 30th. So Phil has been to pick it up. I might have to scrape that last little bit out because it looks like a bit of a damp floor. So we'll let the body down. I'll get in there and scrape it. There you are, look, just a little bit to sweep out. There was a bit of flour stuck to the floor from the barley that was in there. Or, you know, barley flour, whatever it is. I better shut the door for him. Up. No, I'll do that. That'll be most upsetting otherwise on Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want me to come forward a bit and see now?
That'd be alright. Right, we'll lock this up. And then I'm going to try and see if I can clear a bit of machinery out of these sheds. I'd like to put the Sampo in here, but I've never driven it. I've never... Well, I don't really know how to start the bloody thing. Lovely work. Right, so the biggest gripe I have with this machinery shed currently is that we're storing crap undercover, like all this old mesh. Like, what's that for? And we have machinery on our compound out there that really ought to be undercover, getting wet and exposed to the elements. So the likes of this, I don't really want to be inside. I mean, we've got heaps of tyres that we don't use inside. We've got pallets inside. We've got whatever that is inside. We've got this thing parked across 2.5 bays. And there's just all sorts here. So, I mean, some of it, like, if we move this, we've got all the space in front of the mowers here, we can put something. Even if that was just squared up, that would be better. It annoys me that machinery is outside when there's space in the shed. So I'm going to set to trying to move some stuff. I might have to wait for a minute because John's got the handler. But we'll see if we can get the Sampo fired up. I have no idea how it works. I don't even know if the key's in it. So this morning, me and John went out to the Southwest Fixings Farmer Day, Farmer Open Day. We needed a whole load of stuff before carving and stuff anyway. And met a chap who I've met before and his name evades me, so I'm very sorry, but he has a YouTube channel called The Devonshire Farmer. I said I'd give him a little plug and I'll put his link in the description below, so if you'd like to go and have a look, and yeah, there's a link down below if you want to go and check that out. Right, you know what I said about moving the Sampo? Not a word of truth in that. I can't find the key, I don't know what the key looks like, I don't know where the key might be, so I'm abandoning that. And John is up emptying out the feed trough of all the rubbish that's left in it. So I'm going to load the wagon, which I need shear grab for, and then I need to load it again and feed the sheep, and then we'll see where we get to. It is also 4 o'clock, so it's a bit late in the day really to be starting parting around that shed. But I do want to empty that shed because it is winding me up no end. But feeding the cows is a bit more of a priority. Rather interestingly, we're going to start doing what we did last year. Now, comments about this down below, but we're going to start feeding the cows in the evening, sort of before we go home, in the hope that they then spend the evening eating and not carving, and then they carve during the day. Now, is that just like wishful thinking? It's what we did last year and the year before, and I don't know, did it work? I don't really know. Carving went so well last year, it's hard to tell, but anybody else heard of doing that, or anybody else do that? Let me know. Don't you just love when people shut gates so they can do something, and then they do said thing, and then they think, I won't bother opening those gates up again, why would I? It really winds me up There he is, sports fans. Bedding up his carving pen. The lesser spotted Professor Dicker Bowman. Sporting the green Adidas jumper. The high-vis boiler suit. Accompanied with the high-vis body warmer. And a hat of an unknown origin. Anyway, let's feed these cows. Now this trough is really annoying to feed into when the cows are not shut back. Because as it will perfectly demonstrate here, they all stick their heads out wanting to get at the silage, then it can't go in the trough, then they flick their heads about and end up flicking it onto the floor, and then you spend 3 hours shoveling it all back in. Look at that, look. One absolute idiot. I have other words I'd like to call you, cow, but they're not PG friendly. Normally these are all shut back still on the bedding. You just come along here and drop it in the trough nicely. It will look like an absolute abomination. You'll think I would have fed this out with my eyes closed, hands tied behind my back, and that I'd never done it before. Idiots! Right, a little impromptu GoPro battery change. Anyone who is thinking of getting a GoPro, if you buy one, and you've got to buy some spare batteries, do not buy the blue top batteries. They are rubbish. Buy the Enduro ones, white on the top, much better. Right, we got to do ourselves a sheep mix and then go and feed them. Mixing! There's hardly any mixing goes into this, it's just silage and minerals. But it's very important with sheep and cattle, when you have them on the same farm, that you use the right minerals for each. Cattle minerals often contain copper. Sheep and copper don't mix very well. If you have both, make sure you use the right minerals. John's just taking up some wheat and distiller's grains for that fresh cow. We'll try and get her going a bit, get a bit of milk coming. I'll take you up there in a second. That'll keep them happy for a little while. Be chubby little sheep before you know it. There's still a, I don't know, good couple months off of lambing. So at the minute they're just on straight silage. When we get closer to lambing, we'll start feeding up the ones that have got twins and triplets, etc. But for now, straight silage. Right, let's go park the wagon up for the night. Who's this Jana? Give it the old tones. Tones and tangs. Now, I don't know about you guys, I am very much looking forward to getting back out in this thing and getting some field work done before too long. Our lovely 155, supplied and serviced by Mason's Kings, our wonderful channel sponsor. I'll shut this door down, keep all the riff-raff out. I think John's getting a grab of silage for our cow mate up there. Gus has just been checking out the oil that we picked up earlier at Southwest Fixings. This is going back my place for Phil's tractors, so they both need a service. Right, so very briefly, before we head off for the evening, I want to try and turn on the two middle lights. Is that a middle one? That's a middle one. No. Is that the ones I want? I think so. Leave those two runs of lights on so we can see on the camera a bit better. John's moved the cow and calf into here, so she's now got all the space to roam around in. There's a little calf, look. About the same size as Gus. Hey Gus, make friends with your calf. Oh, cow doesn't like. Got some mothering instincts there, eh, cow? It's all right, cow. It's all right. Oh, right, they go. But yeah, basically, we normally have about 5 cows in here. Anyone who watched the channel from last year when we were calving would know, but we dumped some silage here. We keep a bit of concentrate here just to get them eating, because as soon as they've calved, they've got an empty gap, big empty space inside them. We'll get them to eat, fill that room in to take up that space. Otherwise, bad things happen. That calf, he's a little beaut, he is. Right, where's my hound? What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, I am off. Got to take the oil back my place for Phil. I'm going to feed my own cows. And that's another day done. I've got a special guest coming to the farm this week as I'm speaking. I don't know if I'll do any filming with him. I know he's going to come and do some filming with us. So you'll see that very soon, hopefully. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to check out all the links in the description for all my other socials, as well as our channel sponsors, Mason's Kings and Tapari. We'll see you guys on another video very soon. Cheerio.
Like a drug that I just can't